Welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated, the weekly source for anything gaming with Wild Matt and Curbs. Begins in
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, welcome to Fresh Air is Overrated. It is episode number 192. I am Wild Matt, and as always, I have Curbs.
Yo, what's going on?
Kind of as always. Usually.
What? Well,
Most
for
of
the most
time.
part.
Most of the time.
Let's say for the most part.
Yes. But hey, only Curbs here this week.
So there's my loyalty right there,
Sure.
right on display
Hey,
this
hey,
week.
Curbs shows up. I
Yeah.
won't complain about that. He definitely shows up. He's always here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I can't complain about that. I could complain about other things if I wanted to, but maybe
well.
later, maybe during the show. It's a little early to be doing that.
It's early. It is
It's-
early. It is
it's
early.
still 8:06 p.m. on Thursday, July 14th, 2016. So I still got some time.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually
It's
we
not
go
like
for
we-
around
it's-
2
it's-
hours. So
It's yeah, and it's not like we started late at all, right?
well, a few minutes here and there. That's all right though.
Yeah, we'll make up for it somewhere.
It's the first night that we're on YouTube, so hey, welcome. Today there was like a special link to go to this particular stream, but next week it's good. Whoa! Oh no! I'm gonna knock the mic over. I'm totally knocking the mic over. So this week there's a weird link. Next week, if you just go to the Mega Scorcher YouTube channel, it's gonna be the first thing you see, the very first thing. So you don't
shiny
even
new
need-
stuff.
You don't even need to go to a link. Just go to youtube.com/MegaScorcherTV, and you can even add gaming dot before all of that. So it goes to a fancy gaming specific thing that kind of looks like Twitch. If you want like a
really?
full player with a littler chat on the side, you can totally do that.
Littler?
A
Did you say littler?
littler chat,
Smaller?
littler.
All right, littler. We'll go with littler.
It works. It works.
I guess
I'm fine with saying littler.
with some people it might
Mhm.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Well, it works with me. That's all that matters. There's not much gaming to talk about this week, so we might as well just get that out of the way. I still played Street Fighter V, so there's that.
That's it.
And then I'm assuming you played Pokemon Go, and you want to talk about that a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't realize that was a game. I thought it was just a fad.
It's
according
not
to-
a
according
game.
to you.
It's not a game.
No, you know what? I played a little bit of it, but I'm playing it for what it is. It's just you collect shit.
Yes, you walk to a thing and then you do
yeah.
things. That's
It's not, whatever. It's still fun. People complaining that's all people are talking about. Like, who cares? Why does that bother you so
oh,
much?
dude, it pisses me
Not
off
just
so
you,
much.
not just-
Oh.
It's not just you, but why does it bother you so
I
much?
walked
that
down the
people talk-
block, okay, to get some beer, and then the guy playing guitar outside, he's like, "This is a Pokemon hotspot," right on his sign, playing guitar. I'm just like,
So
dude,
what?
Dude,
Who cares?
he doesn't have an iPhone.
Why does it bother
And
you?
then- and
Why
then-
does it
and then
bother you?
when I go get my snacks, which are these Doritos, these tasty sweet chili heat Doritos.
Are we
when-
sponsored?
So when I got that on the radio at the place, they're like something about Pokemon. I'm just like, oh my god.
Who cares, dude? Let it just.
I
let
don't
people enjoy
remember.
themselves.
No, I don't remember the last time something hit this hard. No,
Then you don't remember the last time Pokemon got big because it's.
well,
this is
Pokemon cards
basically
is
what-
the last time that I can.
Yeah.
But even then, it wasn't this big. It was. I don't think it was this
Newsflash.
big.
I got newsflash. Pokemon's fucking popular.
Well, that's not. But that's not. What, there's a lot of people playing this that aren't really Pokemon fans.
No, I think those people though are still there are people that have been fans of Pokemon.
Oh, sure, they
before.
liked Pokemon before.
They won't play the
sure.
games now. This is a way for them to kind of get back in like it's a nostalgia thing for a lot of people too. You got to remember that.
I wish that it was.
But anyways,
I wish that it was a full game. Then I would maybe
Yeah.
play it. But
honestly, it's. I don't think it's gonna last. I agree with you there. I think I give it a month, maybe two. There's not a lot to do. All you do is really catch Pokemon and level them up by catching more Pokemon.
like this is the first thing of many to come, and I think that this will probably be the best one, or not the best one, the most popular one. But then there's already some that are better than that Pokemon game. Like the same
Honestly,
developer made Ingress, and I played that already. It's pretty much the same thing, except it's an actual game where you're like defending from aliens and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, I think until they, like right now, there's no player-to-player functionality whatsoever. Like you
Mhm.
can't see other people on the map. You can't trade. You can't and battle. And that's the whole point. Is
Yes.
collecting, trading, and battling. It's missing 2/3 of the point.
Yes.
And until they add that in, this is just gonna be another, mobile. It's basically I'm viewing it as a I can't think of the word. It's more of a demo, a tech demo.
Sure. Yes. Yes.
It's an AR tech demo.
I can see how if it's your first time ever playing with geocaching ever, then yeah, sure, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it is for me. But yeah, it's fun. It's all right. I'm not playing it as much as I thought I was going to last week. Like last
Yeah.
week when I'm like, oh, when I finally get it, I haven't really. It hasn't made me leave my house. It hasn't really made me go on a walk. Maybe on the weekend I'll do
Curbs,
something
you have
like
to
that.
realize that I'm in fucking Ottawa and everybody's talking about Pokemon. It's fucking Ottawa.
It's the same here,
It's
man.
old
It's the
people's
same here.
town.
It's okay. What I just said, like I haven't. It hasn't made me leave my house. That being said, I do know people that have specifically just left their house and gone on walks because of this game. So it's doing what it was advertised to do. I think it's good. The people are going out walking around and stuff. It might be a little excessive, but I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? So
Oh, is that the expression?
I think so.
Oh, I get it now. Oh, okay.
Anyways, but yeah, I played a little bit of that, and I've been playing. I've gotten back into. I'm in like the full swing of World of Warcraft.
Good stuff.
I'm right back in to the point where
two quality games right there.
I just pre-ordered the new expansion, so there I'm back in. They've got me. I'm hooked, and that's about it. No MLB this week for me.
You haven't talked about that for a while.
I think I talked about it
Oh,
last week, or I mentioned that I played it last week.
I played something. It's called WWE Champions on the iPhone.
Oh, is that it? Oh,
It's a match 4 game where when you match stuff, your character does moves on the
Oh.
top. It's all right. It's
like those type.
I mean, I really liked what's it called? It was the RPG that was the match 4 game. It's like the first one that did it on the Xbox Live on the 360. That game was fucking badass because you were playing an RPG, but the battling was the puzzle game, which was cool.
Right.
But anyways,
But that's what if I want to battle, I want to battle. I don't want to puzzle.
well, the in-game characters and stuff look like outlandish. Like the Rock's face looks all weird, and like his eyebrow goes super high. It's all right. I like the look of it.
I get it.
All right,
I-
that's pretty much all I've been playing. Like something you said about the Pokemon game, though, the Pokemon is
The Pokemon.
I've been using Waze a lot recently to like navigate through the city, and you can actually see like people using the app around you, and you can like see where they are and how fast they're traveling. So like you can tell. Like if it's far up ahead, you can see like, oh hey, this guy's driving 25 kilometers up ahead. I'm gonna go around. Like that app is pretty sweet. So yeah, if
I didn't even heard of that app.
it's called Waze.
Waze.
Come on, you're in Toronto. You should have had. Come on.
What does it do? What is it for?
Oh well, it's just GPS. It's straight up
Oh.
just GPS. But it's like it's like powered by people. So like
Okay.
as you're driving, you can tap seriously. You tap one button and then you go another button and then you say, "Hey, there's police here." So then it pops up on the map. Hey, there's cops here. Be careful. Don't speed.
Oh, cool. I get it.
Yeah. I've already seen it a few times. I'm like, oh, hey, sweet. There's totally a cop there. Totally went slow by him because I knew he was there. All right. Anyways, and then new releases in video games. Oh, hey, I haven't been playing the music. No. There you go. At least I played the
There it is.
Pokemon sounding one.
Oh, did you?
Well, yeah, this is the new releases. Kerbal Space Program for the PS4. That's a cool game that's on the PC right now. If you've never heard of it, you just build a spaceship and you go into space.
Okay.
And they don't really tell you that much. You're like a little monkey guy that has to go into space, and it's pretty cool. They're called Kerbals. Anyways, Video Ball is out on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. That is a downloadable game. That I think it's like the side-scrolling. It's called Video Ball. So yeah, it's a video game sport.
Video Ball.
Video Ball. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of any of these games.
I've seen it before. And then Ghostbusters is out on the two main consoles.
I have no interest in that movie.
Me neither. Even if it was the original cast, I don't think I'd be interested.
I would have. I would love to have watched it.
Yes. Okay.
If it was in the same universe, like I don't mind that it's girls or whatever. I don't mind that, but don't completely disregard the other movies. Is that what
they're doing? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to it at all.
Completely. They instead of the original 3, because one of them's unfortunately not with us anymore.
Yes.
They make cameos in it, but they're not as their characters, because apparently it didn't happen. Like, this is a completely new thing. It's a new universe, I guess you can call it.
Yes.
They retcon it, basically.
Cool. Good stuff. I wasn't interested in it anyway, so. Okay. That's probably... I saw Angry Video Game Nerd posting about not wanting to review it, and I didn't really look at it, but that's probably why, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. It's probably like, no, I don't want to review it because they're ruining it. He really loves Ghostbusters, so...
I just looked up Video Ball.
Yeah.
And it looks like just a Flash game.
Okay. I totally remember what it is. It's like, and then you bounce off stuff and like it changes colors.
It looks like a game I could play on the internet for free.
But it's not.
No, it's not, but it should be.
It looks cool. I've seen it a bunch of times. Giant Bomb plays him. I think Dave Lang might be who man, I forget what company he's at, but yeah, they're developing it. So yeah, it looks interesting. All right, gaming and tech news. We don't have that much, so let's go through it. Sega Saturn, the disc drive. So if that ever died in your Saturn, you're pretty much screwed because there was no way to bypass that. Mm-hmm. And now some dude finally cracked it. It's finally cracked because
it's fixable now.
Well, it's fixable.
How many years later?
It's fixable by replacing that drive with a USB stick. Pretty much is what you're doing. The major hurdle was that the discs had like a little divot in it, so it knew that like, oh hey, this is a Sega Saturn disc, and
gotcha.
Yeah. So by some way somehow he figured it out, and then he just patched it in all the ROMs and all that, and then you can just play it with USB. So it's not publicly available yet, but it's just a little chip that you install in there, just like the good old days, opening up your consoles.
Right on.
Have you ever done that?
Nope. That's a lie. I did it at when I came over that one time.
What?
Not the old days. With
PS3. Yeah. We didn't mod it. We just wanted the disc to get out of there.
Yeah. But we took it apart.
Yeah, sure. We did.
You asked me if I had taken it apart, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I modded my original Xbox. By the end of its lifespan, it was just like, well, I can't really use it online anymore, so why not?
If by saving my disc you, wow. Okay, you know what? I screwed up that sentence.
Okay, good stuff. We can restart if you want.
Hey,
it's fresh air is overrated. How's it going? No. Okay.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Last news item in terms of gaming news, because there's really not that much. Dead or Alive Last Round, which is like the free to play Dead or Alive game, which I think it's Dead or Alive 5, which they just modded to have free to play stuff in. They're gonna add Mai from King of Fighters, which is like the one booby lady in that game. So like if you know what King of Fighters is, she kind of looks like Ryu, but like with like less clothes. So there you go. That's Mai.
There you go.
She's going to be in DOA. It makes sense because she's already the booby lady of King of Fighters anyways. Oh man, it sucks that Steiner's not here because I could talk about UFC, but it's not going to be as entertaining. because you're not
I
as
wish I
into
knew.
it. We
Well,
could talk
I'm
about
getting
Brock
into it.
Lesnar. Could talk about
I'm
Brock
getting-
Lesnar.
I'm getting into it. I just I don't know
Well,
as much as Steiner.
I'm gonna say it's straight up insane that UFC 200 was last Saturday, because I was thinking about it. It feels like it was like a month ago at this fucking
Really?
point, because a million things happened in wrestling and in MMA especially. A lot of shit has happened. Here, I'll track it down for you, okay? So, like, John Jones got pulled out of the card last week, right? Right before the show.
Right.
So that
I
fucked up
remember that.
UFC 200. And then, if you remember, during the show, I said, Dana White said there's no way that, what's his name, is going to fight Anderson Silva. He's like, there's no way he's going to be the replacement for John Jones. That was during
And
the
then
show.
he was.
And then he was. So there you go.
Yeah.
That happened. And then last week, there was 3 fight cards. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So
Right.
there's just fucking 3 events. And then the UFC got sold on Monday. Is that Monday?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
Well,
like
I
that's
don't
all in
know
a
if it was
week.
Monday. Might have been. It was definitely earlier this week.
Oh, yeah. It
Oh.
was, yes. This is Sunday or Monday. It was after UFC 200. Shortly
happened.
after. Yes. So let's
A lot.
start. Let's start with the fights. So on Thursday, right after the show, we kept the show going with the post show, me and Steiner, and we were talking about UFC pretty much the whole time. And this is UFC Fight Night that was on Fight Pass only, so you need to buy Fight Pass and watch it on the internet. And the main event was Dos Anjos versus Alvarez, and I said, this is the only fight to bet on in the whole weekend. Don't bet on anything else, because the odds don't make any fucking sense. And just go with Eddie Alvarez, all your money on him. I was like, I wish I would have bet on Eddie Alvarez, because he won.
So you were telling everybody else to bet.
Yes, it was the one
and
fight
then
to
you
bet
didn't?
on. I didn't. It was the one fight. So the reason it was the one fight to bet on is Eddie Alvarez was a 4-1 underdog. So like you bet $100, you make $400, right? So he won via TKO in the first round at 3 minutes and 49 seconds, and it was a pretty dominant fight. Like he tore him apart the whole fight, just jabs to the face, and that's pretty much what took him down at the end too. And it's a pretty devastating ones after the jabs, but man, good fight. And then the co-main event of that fight card was Derek Lewis, and he defeated Roy Nelson via split decision. Boring fight. It wasn't that entertaining. I'm not that surprised though. It could have went either way.
Was this at 200?
No, this was
Okay.
Thursday. This is Thursday night.
Okay.
And then this was probably the best fight card of the whole weekend, or the week I should say, because this was Thursday. The whole fight card was awesome except for the co-main event. Everything was awesome, and a few fights went to decision, the co-main event, and then the welterweight fight between Alan Jouban and Belal Muhammad. And that fight was fucking insane. They went up and down, just killing each other, and nobody would get knocked out. So they just went to the time limit, and it went to decision. And it was an awesome fight. And then the fight before that was Joseph Duffy versus Mitch Clark. That ended with a rear naked choke in 25 seconds. That's just Duffy pretty much hitting him in the face, Clark falling over, and then him getting a choke. So there you go. That happened. And then I won't touch on the preliminary card too much, because it was all awesome. So I touched upon it last week. The first 5 fights were submissions. And then the 2 next fights were decisions, which were also really awesome. John Makdessi defeated Mehdi Baghdad. And Makdessi is a Canadian fellow, so that's why I like him. It was a really close fight. And then in the main event of the prelims, Mike Pyle got defeated by Alberto Mina with a fucking flying knee to the face. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So there you go. That's that card. And then the tough finale happened the next night. Man, yeah, that was also a good fight card. To be honest, UFC 200 was probably the least of the 3 cards.
Really?
To be honest, yeah. It was in terms of entertainment, anyways.
Yeah.
So the preliminary card that happened on Fight Pass, the two first fights, I did not watch, so I should probably go back, because they ended in KOs and TKOs. So I should probably go back and watch that. I started watching in the prelims on Fox Sports 1.
I think I started watching with you.
No,
Or
this
a
is
little
not,
bit after.
This is not UFC 200 yet.
Oh, okay.
This is still
I'm
the
sorry.
night. This is still the night before. My
My apologies.
The only thing I had to say about the prelims is that Gray Maynard won, but he did not look that great, because, well, Fernando Bruno didn't really put up a fight, but overall the fight was not that good. So yeah, there you go, Gray Maynard. I don't know why he's still fighting, but he did go down to featherweight. He looked all right for his weight. And then the only fight I can really talk about, well, like the whole card was good, but the main event of Jan Jacek versus Claudia Gadelha, which was the two coaches of the Ultimate Fighter coming together and fighting, was really good, and they were still talking shit after the fight. So
that's funny.
So yeah, Claudia Gadelha wasn't very happy about losing, but she lost pretty clearly. I think she won the first round, Claudia did, and then I think she won the fourth, I want to say, but all the other ones were clearly Joanna. So yeah, there you go. That was that card. A few cool KOs on that card as well. And then the women's strawweight fight ended with a Darce choke. It was okay, but UFC 200 again. The only thing I can say about this card is everything. What can I say? Because there's so much leading up to it, with John Jones getting kicked out. Who else? Conor McGregor was originally scheduled for this event as well. So much stuff changed. He was there, yes. He was looking at Jose Aldo very intensely.
An ominous picture.
There's a lot of pictures out there. There's not only one. There's a lot of photographers that noticed that. So they're like, oh my God, we got to take that picture. Yeah, and nobody credits the photographers, of course, because, it's the internet. Fuck crediting
I don't know
anybody.
If you want to jump to the women's fight.
Oh, no. So really quick, I'm just going to talk about the stuff before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's why I was asking, yeah.
The stuff before the pay-per-view, the preliminary card on Fight Pass, which was the most entertaining part of the night, to be honest, was the Fight Pass prelims, because they were all good fights. Gegard Mousasi was in it. He defeated Thiago Santos via TKO in the first round. And if you remember, he was maybe going to be the replacement for John Jones. So he's fucking an elite fighter, and I'm not surprised that he won. Jim Miller defeated Takanori Gomi. I'm not surprised that he won either via TKO. Gomi he is an Asian fighter, is how I can describe him the best. He doesn't really defend too much. He likes to be on the offensive, and if shit just gets thrown his way, then oh well. That's like his style. He just walks right into it, and when it's that powerful, when it's Jim Miller's left and right hand punching you one after the other, it's not a good combination. You're going to get knocked out. And then Joe Lozon defeated Diego Sanchez via TKO as well in the first round. So all quick fights to start off the night, and they were all exciting too.
Isn't that what you want from your early matches?
Well, yeah, of course.
Quick, nice and quick, just to get the crowd into everything, and
yes,
that's pretty good.
When I went to the Ottawa fights, the first fights were awesome too. So you definitely want to start off that way.
Yeah.
And then everybody's favorite fighter, Sage Northcutt, began the preliminary card on the television, and it was a very boring fight. Apparently, he had a staph infection like a few weeks before the fight, so that he's using another excuse. Sage using it, and he's getting paid so much money, and he sucks. He shouldn't even be in the UFC. Straight up, should not be in the UFC.
He's that bad, eh?
He's not bad. He's just very young. He's very young. He should, how CM Punk is fighting.
Yeah.
Like, he should not be in the UFC either. But he's a draw, so why not?
He's pretty old.
Yes. But if not now, then never with CM Punk. The thing with Sage is he's young. He can go to the minor leagues and knock out a few guys and earn some experience, and but no, whatever. His last two fights were terrible, and this one was not very good either. So there you go. And then the whole TV card wasn't that great. TJ Dillashaw defeated Sun Zhao fairly easily. I feel like this was a card that appealed to the casuals a lot. And if you were a casual fan coming into this and watching this fight, you were pissed watching this stuff. For me, like, TJ Dillashaw was doing his job. He was stepping away and landing whenever he could. And he landed a lot, but like it was pretty much him backing away the whole time and landing whenever he could. And then Kevin Gastelum defeated a dead-looking Johnny Hendricks. Johnny Hendricks almost beat GSP like 3 or 4 fights ago. And then Robbie Lawler, he beats him twice, or he beats him. No, he got beat twice, but they were both entertaining fights. And now, like, he looks like an old man that's like dehydrated, and he's been looking terrible. And I don't know if he took steroids before, and now that the testing is more extraneous, I guess, like it's harder for him to get. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest, but he looks terrible. Hopefully, he looks better next fight, because Jose Aldo too, his last fight before with Conor McGregor, he didn't look so good. He looked way better at UFC 200, just physically too. So and then Juliana Pena defeated Kat Zingano, and this fight was pretty boring as well. So there you go. There you go. It's just a lot of laying on the ground. Pena controlled it the whole time, except for the early in the first, I want to say, and that pretty much gave Zingano the first round. But yeah, it's a pretty boring fight. So here you go, UFC 200, the pay-per-view. First thing I want to say, this is the first pay-per-view I bought exclusively on the internet, and I bought it for $50. So that's the cheapest you can get it anywhere, which is on YouTube. So if you're
how was your experience with it? Like,
it was good
quality wise.
It was good, except you know how 720p looks like in YouTube. That's what it looked like. So
yeah,
expect that. If you're expecting a super awesome quality 720p feed, don't, because that's not what you're gonna get. If you want a better option online, you can go with Fight Pass, and Fight Pass is on everything, and it's on Xbox One, it's on your iPhone, it's on your computer, and it's $10 more, so you're paying $60 if you want to go that way. And then the next time I get a pay-per-view, I'm gonna actually get it through the PS4, because the PS4 broadcasts it through their own system. So I'm curious what that looks like. Maybe it's the best looking option. Who knows? But they were advertising 4K for this pay-per-view, and like I was like, I don't even get 1080p anywhere on the internet. What is this? Anyways, okay. So Cain Velasquez versus Travis Brown was the first fight of the night, heavyweight debut right there. Cain Velasquez is usually at the top of the card. Now he's at the bottom of the card. What did you think of this fight, if you remember it? If you watched it.
I don't know if I was watching.
Okay, maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't. I mean, it went exactly the way I thought it was gonna go. Travis Brown, he got lucky in his last fight, and I don't even remember who it was, but he beat. Who did he beat? Give me a second. I don't remember. Anyways, he beat somebody last fight, and Cain Velasquez just came up and he was like, nah, I'm gonna just kill you. And there's 3 seconds left in the first round when he just KO'd the shit out of him. So.
Yeah, I didn't see this one.
No, there you go. He lost to. He beat Matt Mitrione in his last fight. I thought that was kind of lucky. I like Matt Mitrione. He's in Bellator now, but hey. All right. So there you go. That was the first fight. Cain Velasquez looked really good, better than he looked in his last couple of fights there. All right. Featherweight. Jose Aldo defeated Frankie Edgar by decision. This is the one that you came in.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, this was a featherweight championship or interim championship fight.
Right. What I thought about it was I don't really have any thoughts on it, which sucks for a show.
Sure.
Because this is my first time really. I've been to places where it's kind of on in the background. This is really my first time kind of sitting down and watching. All the fights that I did see, I enjoyed. I thought I was intrigued by them, especially how different, just talking on a scale of more than just one fight, but just like seeing how different styles creates different flow through the whole match.
Yeah, I was into this fight the whole time. They did not give up the whole fight. It was a really entertaining fight the whole time.
Right.
So. Yeah, it was up and down too. I think Frankie Edgar might have even won two rounds, but I can't disagree with the judges giving it 49-46, but I would have given it 48-47 for Aldo. I think he came back hard, Jose Aldo, after his defeat there. And I want him to. He's going to get the next fight against McGregor because he is the interim champion now. So after McGregor fights Diaz, he has to fight Aldo, or Aldo's going to become the champ. So, so he has to go down. That's going to be the next fight, and that's going to be a big
fight. Draw. Yes. That's going to be a big draw,
especially after the first one.
Everyone's going to want to see that. Yeah, everyone's going to want to see that. Even as someone that doesn't really know what they're talking about when it comes to UFC or MMA in general, even I know that that's going to be a big
Well,
deal.
so the drug testing kicked in not too long before that fight, right? Their first fight, and Jose Aldo looked completely different when they fought. And this fight,
this
he
will be
looked
a more-
really good. He had a goatee and shit. Like he looked good.
Right.
He looked mean and vicious.
So like
tonight.
the next one, the next time they see each other, it'll be more of an accurate measuring.
So Cain Velasquez, who fought before this, he lost a fight against a JDS, and it was 15 seconds. It was their first fight, right? And then Cain came back and he won the next 2 fights very decisively. Very decisively. I'm not saying that Jose Aldo will do that, but it's a possibility. Because I don't think that the first fight was very fair. I don't think that's gonna happen most times. Like that was like 1 out of 100 maybe.
Right.
That outcome will happen. Jose Aldo will not let that happen again. So yeah, that was that fight. Then Daniel Cormier, I feel bad for him. I feel very bad for this guy. He went through a lot. He had to weight cut through all the emotions he was going through when John Jones cut out. He wasn't even sure if he was going to get a fight even. So
Right.
like it's like, why even keep working out? I could be eating hamburgers right now. You know, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
And he is a heavyweight. So, he's a light heavyweight, but he normally fights at heavyweight. But yeah, so he is the champion, and John Jones ducked out on him. So this was not for the title. This was a 3-round non-title fight, and because of it, Cormier took a pay cut. I kind of feel like that's bullshit. They signed a contract. They should have given him his money, but whatever.
I can kind of see the UFC's reasoning behind that.
Oh, sure. I can see the UFC's reason. Sure. I can see that.
Well, yeah. Well, the guy's facing, nothing against Silva, but you're facing a weaker opponent.
I actually think that this whole thing might have actually sold more tickets and more pay-per-views.
Well, yeah, but it's still not a world title match, and it's a match that can be arguably said that it's easier for Cormier to win.
Yeah, sure, but I think
Cormier
that
comes
was
into the
maybe
match
Silva's
more
decision
prepared.
too. I think that was maybe Silva's decision to not want to fight 5 rounds too. So I don't know. I would have just given him his full money because he was probably going to make at least close to 10 million. He's the fucking champ in the main event, or he was supposed to, anyways. Anyway, so he defeated Silva pretty handily. There was only one time where you were like, oh, Silva, oh my god, and that was it in the whole fight.
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided, I thought. It was definitely a different change of pace than from the match prior to it, and that's one thing that I recognize just as someone that's not used to watching MMA. I thought I was entertained by it.
Okay,
I kept wondering.
Well, so you're not one of
I
the
kept-
guys booing.
Well, no, I think, or I thought, well, that's the thing. Like, I couldn't figure out why everyone was booing. Someone had told me, it might have been you. Someone was telling me that they were just booing Cormier because they were all cheering for Silva. It wasn't because they were on the ground most of the time.
So
But they could be wrong. I could be wrong.
So it goes both ways. Like there's a lot of people booing Cormier because they think he sucks, and there's a lot of people just booing because they want to see Silva win. It goes both ways. Like there's a lot of people that will say like, I don't understand the booing, and like, but why not? Like you can do whatever you want at a sporting event, and they're not particularly booing for the reason that you think that they're booing. So
Yeah.
like, calm down. Like
Some of them probably.
yeah, some of them were, but like some of them were probably just booing because they're like huge Silva fans, and like leave them alone. They're huge Silva fans.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. And then the co-main event, Brock Lesnar, he made his debut, or he unretired and made his re-debut.
Made his return.
Against Mark Hunt.
I watched the beginning of this. I was really excited for it. Really disappointed that Brock Lesnar didn't come out to his music or to
Well, so
or
that was always his UFC music. So
Yeah, no, okay, I know, I understand that, but I was disappointed that I didn't hear the WWE music, and I was disappointed that Paul Heyman wasn't with him. But I get it.
Sable was there.
I didn't notice.
Oh, all right. Well, Sable
Just
was
weird.
there.
Which is weird. Well, here's why I didn't notice, because at the time that this match was supposed to start, I actually missed a lot of this match, ironically, because a little birdie told me, aka you,
Okay.
that Survivor Series pre-sale tickets
Oh,
were on,
sure.
and I spent that entire fight. I spent that entire fight trying to like coordinate with because I usually go to wrestling events with a group of friends.
Yeah.
It was somebody else's turn to buy tickets, and I spent the whole time trying to coordinate.
Those tickets just went on sale today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To the
Well,
general public.
Good luck getting good seats because
Well, so the funny thing is you did all that stuff, and I went to go get tickets after, and it gave me tickets in the 100s because I only got 2.
you only have 2 people. I was
Yeah.
going with at the time I was going with 5, and then it ended up being we got tickets for 4 because somebody backed out.
Mm-hmm.
But it sucks when you're going with a big group. But you know what? We're going, and that's really the important thing. But anyways, back to UFC.
Yes.
From what I did see of this fight, and from what I've heard from my friends that do watch, is that everyone was kind of expecting Mark Hunt to just kind of drop Lesnar. And
No. Whoever expected that, do you remember what I said last week?
yeah,
I pretty much this was a bad betting weekend. Don't bet on anyone
don't bet on anybody.
because the guys who were clearly the winners did not pay enough, and then the guys who were like maybe, but the odds weren't high enough. So it was just like, man, most of the fights this weekend were all 50-50. And that's no good.
So you weren't surprised that?
Oh
Brock
hell
won?
no! I wanted Mark Hunt to destroy Lesnar. Of course, that would have been amazing. But no way. This could have went either way, and it's too hard to say too with Lesnar. And the Lesnar that showed up that night, really good. He looks really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
If he fights again in the UFC, it's going to be interesting because he
I think
he definitely looked really good.
I think he will.
Mm-hmm.
I
He
don't
got
think we've
punched
seen
that
him-
one time in the first round, and I was literally trembling and shaking and going like, "Oh my god!" And that was the most exciting I
Was
got.
that the only time he got punched in the face?
I want to say he got punched a few more times because his face looked a little bit messed
pretty
up.
bad.
Yes,
After
but that one punch definitely hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did not like that punch, and he was going for shoots right after.
Yeah. The fight I really wanted to get your take on because I saw your reaction to it is the main event. If you want to go on to that,
Sure.
or do you want to? You have
Sure.
something else?
I'm pretty much done with Lesnar.
I enjoyed it. It was quick. It was unexpected for me as somebody that doesn't traditionally watch MMA or any of these fights. That it was surprising for an outsider. I'll say that.
This was another fight you could have bet on because Miesha Tate, this almost went exactly the way I thought. Miesha Tate, it starts off slow on all her fights. Look at all of her fights, any fight, especially her Ronda fights. She gets destroyed in the first round. Especially their very first fight because she lost in that first round. But and then after that, man, even the first rounds after that, she got destroyed, and then she came back and she is a tough lady because.
Do you think if she had held on after that blow, would you think if that went to another round, you think she would have come out on top?
No,
she was
probably
done.
not. Probably not.
I did see that you said that she was done right as she got hit. So
Nunes was super strong, and Tate looked weird the whole weekend. And she missed weight almost. And even walking down to the ring, she just seemed not to be herself the whole time. You looked at Lesnar. Lesnar was himself. He was like, "I'm really happy to be. I'm really happy to be here, guys." That's Brock Lesnar. That's as animated as you'll see Brock Lesnar.
His voice is a little higher pitched than that.
Oh,
but okay.
sure, but whatever. He's just like, "I'm really happy to be here." that's the happiest you'll ever see Brock Lesnar. Is him saying that he's happy. So there you go. So, but with Tate, she smiles and she puts on an attitude, and she didn't really have any of that this week. And putting on this fight, period, I think was a mistake because Holly Holm is fighting in not this weekend but next weekend, and I think that they should have done Holly Holm versus Miesha Tate, and then whoever wins that, it's an easy fight for Ronda Rousey to take because there's a clear cut, well, there's a viciousness between Tate and her, and then with Holm, there's just a rivalry, I guess. But with Nunes, there's nothing. So Do you bring
Well, with
do you
you-
bring Ronda back for the title, or do you just bring her back to face Home again? Because Home is probably the one that's gonna pay out the most, but there's no championship on the line. It's a weird spot that they're in right now.
It is pretty weird, but it's also good because
It's
now
interesting.
they've got the chance to. I don't know. Again, like I don't watch a lot. I'm just starting. I don't know how things work, but to me, I see this as a way to kind of promote another woman. Like she's the champ. Nunez is the champ. Maybe her name can now be brought into the mix with when talking about Rousey and Tate and sorry, was it Holmes?
Home, without
Home.
the S.
Sorry.
Yes.
So like yeah, obviously
It
a
changes
fight-
it up. Like that's for
it does,
sure. But
I think it adds to it though. I think
I
obviously
don't know. I don't
obviously-
think it
well,
does.
I think well she's the champ.
She is the champ, but
You know,
I don't
maybe-
think it adds anything. I think it actually detracts. It makes that title seem not as important anymore.
But this isn't wrestling though.
Exactly.
Because
It's not wrestling. You need the titles
so,
to look
like,
important.
the
You
title-
need
the
the
title
titles
isn't-
to look important. You
No,
need
but
them
the
to look
title-
important. That's why. So here,
But
really
she
quick.
won it.
No, well,
She
yeah,
won
she
it,
won
though.
it. Okay, really quick.
She
really quick.
earned it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, right after UFC, they announced that Michael Bisping, the new middleweight champion, welterweight, one of those two, lightweight. Oh, fuck, I think he's lightweight. Michael Bisping, he's going to be fighting Dan Henderson in Manchester for the title. So Bisping won the title kind of by a fluke because Rockhold was supposed to fight somebody and then he got injured. And then Bisping stepped in and he won the title. And then all of a sudden he's fighting Dan Henderson for the title, which that makes no sense. But it's the money fight to make, and that's what the UFC is all about. They're about money fights, and Nunez
See, this
is
is
not
where-
going to make money. She's not going to make money.
Well, this is where I kind of wish Adam was here because I don't I don't know how things work, but to me,
Well, so here I'll tell you.
I understand. No.
Okay, go for it.
We don't gotta get into the details. I'll learn eventually, but I guess all I'm trying to say is like in wrestling, the company makes the champion, right? That's how
Sure,
it
yes.
is. They pick somebody that would make quote unquote make sense that'll make them the most money. But UFC is different in that it's real, and I think that the champion should make the championship. Like she earned it. It shouldn't matter. Like it should be a big
Oh no,
draw.
yeah. Hey, it should be that way. Number one should fight number two at all times, or
But you don't think
number
Nunez
three.
is- but
Oh no!
despite
Hey,
the fact
hey,
that she's
she
the
has
champion-
skill. I'm just saying. In terms of selling pay-per-view and tickets, Amanda Nunes versus anybody fight is going to sell less than Ronda Rousey versus Tate or Ronda Rousey versus Holm. That's just how it is.
I get it. Because
And-
there's no okay.
and-
I can see that, but at the same time, people are still going to want to see the champ.
Yeah,
right?
sure. And the home Tate fight I thought was kind of close, up to the point where Tate knocked her out. That I feel like maybe a rematch would have been a good idea, and it would have kept Ronda Rousey in the picture. I thought that they moved the women's fight to from the co-main event to the main event of 200, so that Ronda Rousey would come out at the end and go like, "I'm gonna face you next." But I don't know. I don't even think she was there. So. But yeah, no, and with the thing about Bisping versus Dan Henderson is ranked 12th. He's ranked 12th in the division,
Mhm.
and he's fighting for the belt. Imagine if he becomes the champion. That's ridiculous.
That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, obviously, it doesn't make sense to you.
It doesn't, because they had 7 years to do this fight. It's been 7 years since that first fight. Yes, that first fight was amazing, and the way Henderson knocked out Bisping, I'll never forget it. It's ingrained in my brain.
So how come it's not always the number 2 against the number 1?
Because they want money. They book the fights that make money.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works. Just like Anderson Silva. The only reason they booked Silva over Gegard Mousasi was because Silva makes more money and sells more pay-per-views. He just came off of surgery like 2 months ago. But they were like, who cares? Anyways, and hey, guess what?
What?
There was another UFC event yesterday.
Really?
Yes.
Holy
There
crap!
was another UFC event yesterday. In between the UFC being sold from UFC 200, sold event.
Yeah.
There you go. So this event actually was also amazing. If people slept on this event, holy fuck. This is maybe as good as the Thursday night event. And it's fresh in my mind, so I remember a lot of it. Ronnie Yaya, he defeated Matthew Lopez with an arm triangle choke very late in the third round. That was a really good fight, up and down. The very first fight of the night, too, ended with a KO right near the end via punches. Alex Nicholson defeated Devin Clark. Even the first fight of the TV card, which was Scott Holtzman versus Cody Pfister, which went to decision, was a very entertaining fight, I thought. Cody Pfister came out swinging in the first round, and I think he might have won the first round, but Scott Holtzman held it down the whole time. But the next fight was a women's strawweight fight. It was okay. Courtney Casey just jumped on her and just elbowed her from the top. They were vicious elbows, and I can see why the ref stopped it. But yeah, that was an okay fight. Sam Alvey, he just fought in Ottawa. Like I'm trying to look at the date on my poster. How long? Anyways, that was like 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and now he fought at this event. This was in Sioux Falls, New York. I want to say something like that. I think it's New York, and his nickname is Smiley, and he smiles all the time. So he's Apollo Crews. That's his gimmick.
So he just smiles a lot.
Yes, he smiles a lot. This fight was amazing. They were swinging like crazy, and then Sam, he landed a one punch that Eric fell to the ground to, and then he got his back, and then he choked him out with the guillotine choke 2 minutes and 43 seconds into it. And then even the next women's fight that went to decision was very entertaining. Kathleen Chukigian, versus Lauren Murphy. Yeah, that went to decision. It was a good fight either way. Really quick, just touching on the main part of the card, which aired on Fox Sports 1. The very first fight of the night, actually, on the main card, the flyweights, Luis Smolka defeated Ben Gwynn by TKO punches. It was ridiculous. These guys were straight up just swinging at each other right off the bat. The first round was really insane. They kind of slowed down as it went, but they were still swinging, and you could tell that Ben definitely got really tired, and that's pretty much why he got KO'd, because he was just so tired. Louis just walked up to him and just started elbowing him, and actually started off with punches, and then he went on the ground with elbows, and that's how it ended. Kyle Noak actually got defeated by Keita Nakamura. That was a surprise finish right there. A rear naked choke in the second round. Tim Boach defeated Josh Saman in the middleweight division via TKO. This was also a very good fight. Josh Saman looked very good in the first round. He looked like he was maybe going to knock out Tim Boach a few times in that first round. He looked really good. Josh is from Tough, and the Tough fighter sometimes I'm like, but man, Josh has really made some strides and improvement in his game, and like, man, I even though he lost, I'm excited to see his next fight, because this fight was really exciting. Tim Boach, whatever. I'm not a huge Tim Boach guy. He's getting pretty old now too. So, but it was a good fight. And then the co-main event, which was the fight of the night here, Tony Ferguson, he defeated UFC newcomer Lando Venata. Venata, he was a replacement, I think 10 days out, maybe something like that.
He was Venata really good.
Yes, sure. So the first round, Lando looked so good. His footwork, his head work, the way he was moving, the way he was jabbing Tony in the face, and Tony couldn't do shit. I was like, holy fuck, this guy is making Tony look like an amateur. Like, I could not believe how amazing he looked. And Tony was knocked out. Like, he landed. I think it was a spinning wheel kick that landed to the face of Tony to start off that flurry, and then he knocked him down like 3 or 4 times after that. Tony just kept getting up, just kept getting punched in the face, kept getting up. That was the first round. It was an amazing first round. And then the second round, Tony pretty much just was like, okay, fuck this isn't happening anymore, and he took over the fight, and he landed a choke to end it in the second round. It was a fucking amazing fight. This might be the fight of the year. So if you can find this on YouTube or anywhere that's free, because I'm sure they're going to post it somewhere, or if you have Fight Pass, you can watch it right now. Go watch it, because holy fuck, that fight was fucking amazing. Like, off the top of my head, it's definitely fight of the year. I would have to go back and look at some of the fights that I have written down that I keep track of, because I keep track of that stuff.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So, this was amazing. Holy shit. The 2 co-main events of the night were amazing. Then the bantamweight fight of the night here was John Lineker versus Michael McDonald, and this was actually the KO of the night. Michael McDonald was also very similar to the Tony Ferguson fight. McDonald just didn't seem like he had an answer to Lineker. He was just standing in the pocket and just taking fucking jabs all fucking night, up to the point where he got KO'd. And wow, Lineker, like, he is powerful. Stay away from his punches, because he's a bantamweight. He's a small dude. He is a small dude, and he knocks out everyone. So stay away from that guy, man, because and he also called out Cruz, whatever his first name is.
Apollo.
Yes, Apollo Cruz. Watch out.
Watch out, Apollo Cruz.
They're spelled differently, but yes. Anyways, so that, man, yeah. Ironically enough, the first event before UFC 200 and then the last event after 200, like, those were the 2 ones. And then even
you enjoyed more.
Yes, the tough finale was also good, but yeah, man. Anyways, that's MMA. That's MMA.
That's the issue with MMA, is that it's not scripted.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really plan it so that your actual main event is the best.
Yes,
right?
But that's why I never have really expectations going into anything anymore. That includes wrestling.
Yeah, same with. Well, look at this year where NXT Takeover Dallas was on the same weekend as WrestleMania, and it was the much better show than WrestleMania, which is supposed to be the biggest show of the year for WWE. But shit happens. Yeah. Shit happens.
I would argue that Roadblock was maybe a little bit better, even though it was less predictable. It was less predictable. Like, you knew what the fuck was going to happen the whole time.
I wouldn't say Roadblock was better than
But
WrestleMania.
what was the show before Roadblock? It was Fastlane. Fastlane was okay.
Fastlane was...
It was just kind of ruined by Roadblock. Well, it was just like kind of like, why care about Fastlane? There's another one coming up. But no, the
Battlegrounds.
Whoops, sorry. What was the run before WrestleMania? After WrestleMania, the one with AJ Styles and John Cena. Anyways, whichever one that was
just happened.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah, that one was way better than WrestleMania too.
It was, man.
Yeah.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
WrestleMania is just a shit show every year now. They want to appeal to the casuals too much.
And I never thought I'd ever say this. I'm getting tired of The Rock. I'm getting so tired of The Rock.
They don't know how to use him ever.
And it's not even. And that's not. It's not. That's exactly what it is. It's not even that I'm sick of The Rock. I'm just sick of him being around for the sake of being around. Like, he came. That was the biggest waste of time at WrestleMania this year, was The Rock.
Yeah, and they always make the Wyatts look terrible. Always.
Well, actually, I thought that made him look strong until the match started. The promo before that made the Wyatts look great.
Yeah, but then that got ruined.
And then they squashed him. And then they squashed Eric Rowan in 2 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
It was bad.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar can do that. I'm fine with Brock Lesnar doing that. The Rock, fuck that.
That's his gimmick.
Yeah.
That's Brock. It's Brock freaking Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to talk about Raw? I've got notes.
Well, really quick before we talk about Raw, let's talk about some stuff that happened before Raw. Randy Orton, we talked about it last week. He got revealed officially. It's officially official.
It was
now.
like literally almost right after we ended the show.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
They
Actually,
sent
no,
out
it was, because I remember sending you a message.
Yeah, it was. And then they also showed it on the UFC pay-per-view.
Yeah, and that's another thing. There was a lot of WWE love on UFC, and then there was some UFC love on WWE this week.
Yeah,
so.
well, they had to because he won. So
Yeah, well, that's true. I think they would have regardless. I think they probably had a deal in place.
maybe. So
Probably.
here's the thing. Yeah, too. Brock Lesnar did not retire. So USADA, which is the governing body that takes care of the drug testing, can test him whenever the fuck they want.
As long as he didn't retire.
He did not retire, so they could show up at not WrestleMania, at the next pay-per-view, Battleground. They could show up at Battleground if they wanted to.
But he's not going to be a battleground.
Oh, SummerSlam.
SummerSlam
That's
is
right.
the one who's going to be on.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right,
But,
we can talk about that now. Since we already talked about Survivor Series, hey, we got tickets. We're gonna
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah, we're going to be there. By complete chance, we're going to be 2 rows apart.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be cool.
And we'll see if Jeremy
You're
comes.
below us. You're below us, so I'm going to probably throw some popcorn at you at one point. or
Don't
something.
do that.
No.
Don't do
Why
that.
not? Why not? I got a good
Because
accuracy.
then
I
you
won't
might
hit
hit. No, come on now.
No, I won't hit anyone else.
Come on now.
Yeah, but hopefully Jeremy will go.
We'll see. He says that he has a convention in November. I don't know if I believe him.
It's freaking Survivor Series. Why would you not go? When was the last time Toronto got a pay-per-view?
Yeah, but it's not like he's a Canadian and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but
Stuff will
Where
happen
does
though.
it
The thing
live?
I'm excited about this pay per view is that it's going to be post the
draft.
split. So yeah,
Speaking of which, we are now 1 week away.
yeah. I officially watched the last SmackDown, the
Yeah.
last not live SmackDown.
I haven't watched it,
Mhm.
but so why don't we get into Raw and we'll talk about that.
Go for it. Go for it.
So Raw this week, 1 week away from the draft. It started with a pretty interesting battle royal. Was Rusev at ringside? I don't know. It wasn't. It was the Miz. Sorry, it was the Intercontinental Championship. It was for number
Yes.
one contender for the Intercontinental Championship, and Darren Young wins.
Yes.
Which I thought it was a good battle royal.
You're also forgetting who was at ringside though.
and Maurice.
No, no.
Oh. Crap. I can't remember his name.
Well,
Why?
chicken wing cross, whatever the fuck this
Oh my God.
finisher's called. I
It's
forget.
on the tip of my tongue.
It's Bob
my-
Backlund. God.
Bob Backlund.
God.
Jesus
God.
Christ.
But yeah,
How do
Bob
I
Backlund was
a
there.
legend Like that. Like I had him in my mind. It was one of those moments where you know the answer,
you know,
but you can't.
Legend. When you
He's
say him and WWE legend, that's kind of a loose term because
still-
his
he's still-
WWE career gets kind
He's
of.
a wrestling legend.
Oh, he is a wrestling legend. Yes.
The match was pretty good. The match was pretty interesting. There were a couple people that could have won. But I like the finish. The finish was actually, it made me laugh. It
Oh
was
no,
really
the finish was terrible.
Oh, it was entertaining. I
Is
loved
that how?
it. I loved
Do you want? Is
No.
that how he's gonna win the fucking belt too? It's just like
Probably
some
not.
bullshit's gonna
Not,
happen. He's
but-
gonna fall on Miz and then
That's
he's gonna
hilarious.
win.
I like that. It's a part
No,
of his character
that's
now.
stupid.
I like it.
It's
Where
stupid.
basically, for those who don't know, it came down to the final 3 with Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, and Darren Young. And Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews eliminated each other, while Darren Young was in the corner, and he just kind of looked surprised when he won. I thought that was hilarious.
I don't
That was
know.
really
It kind of makes Bob Backlund look stupid too. I think.
I think that's the whole. It's the whole point, man.
Sure, it is stupid. Yeah.
It's the whole
yes.
Anyways, following that match, we had a WWE basically capitalizing on the UFC exposure by recapping it and everything. That was pretty cool to see UFC and WWE in the same. Even if you didn't watch UFC 200,
Remember, UFC is not competition, dude. So it's all good.
I know, but they sometimes Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, pretends that it is. Then they also announced, I think before that commercial break, what Randy Orton is returning. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, he's returning at Battleground with his first appearance on from injury to do a highlight reel with Jericho. So that'll be interesting at Battleground.
Sure.
A
talk segment on a pay per view, great.
Yeah, but whatever. Sheamus versus Zack Ryder. I just noticed that Ryder's new music this week. I didn't notice it before. I guess he came out last week with it.
On SmackDown, I think.
I think it was on SmackDown. Yeah, it's okay. I kind of like the original, but whatever. At least I'm just happy he's getting proper TV time. To be honest with you,
But the SmackDown time was terrible. I hated his SmackDown time, and even the Raw, even this Raw thing was.
And the fact that they've changed his music is kind of encouraging. And I that's what I was thinking during this match. I'm like, oh well, maybe they're gonna push him, and then Sheamus just destroyed him.
Yeah, and then Rusev destroys him.
And then Rusev attacks him after the match, and now he accepts Ryder's challenge for the U.S. title.
Yep.
And I am so confused at how that works in a kayfabe.
This is worse than
like,
Titus O'Neil.
This guy just lost. Like, if I was Sheamus, I'd be pissed off. You know, if I
no,
was
but Sheamus, they're friends. They're
no,
friends.
but
They're
like,
not going to fight
I'm
each other.
saying
They're friends.
I mean, I guess they're heel. I mean,
Yeah, they're friends. They're heel friends. Imagine Jericho had the title and like Kevin Owens was like, you can keep it for now. I'll take it from somebody else later.
I mean, I'm glad Ryder's getting another shot. I just hope it goes somewhere this time. It probably won't, but I hope it does. He deserves it, man. He's a good worker. He's really good in the ring, and his acting can use a little work. But
Who?
Ryder.
Oh, Ryder's fine. Why do you need to change
When
him?
he talks, it's just a little.
Oh, I guess so. Just don't make him talk. There's so many ways to get around that that they do with other people that totally can talk. Rusev is fine. True. Rusev is fine. Give Lana to fucking.
I said Ryder.
No, I'm saying Rusev can talk.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So give Lana to fucking Zach.
The next match was Breezango versus the Lucha Dragons for some reason. I freaking love Breezango though. They're awesome. They're so entertaining.
I wouldn't say love, but yeah, they're good.
No, I like them. I love them. I love them. They're great. During this match, Kalisto botched a springboard, but they actually recovered really nicely from it and tried again. And I thought the recovery was good on the botch. Mistakes happen. But Breezango ended up picking up the needed win because they haven't been winning much lately because they were feuding with the Golden Truth, who were just stealing all the wins anyways. Not stealing, but Breezango needed a win to stay relevant, I guess you could say, especially against the Lucha Dragons, who
where Kalisto went from fucking being the top singles guy to being fucking jobbed out. Oh, but on SmackDown,
I don't know.
On SmackDown, he avenged it. On SmackDown, he avenged the pin.
And not only that, I don't know if I'd consider this jobbing out. I think this is more of they're trying to make Breezango look strong by using Kalisto, and I think it worked. But they're treading a very thin line between jobbing and pushing. So, and then we had the first ever Rollins report.
Yes, this was good.
Which was genius.
Yes.
So basically, Seth Rollins comes out and says that he's got footage. He's got interview footage that he conducted with Roman Reigns about his suspension and everything. And this thing was brilliantly put together. He basically, obviously it wasn't him, but his character cut a video of multiple Roman Reigns interviews with him asking questions and basically Roman Reigns admitting to cheating, and he's saying that he'll do it again, and it was really funny. If
you've watched Edge and Christian's show, they've gotten a lot of practice doing that kind of thing on that show because they do it almost on every show.
But it was just great. It was just really entertaining, and it suited Roland's character perfectly. And then Ambrose came up. Yeah, man.
No, because he's supposed to. Again, like I'm supposed to be booing this dude, but he's doing this awesome shit. I love this dude. I want to cheer him.
That was still a heel tactic. What he did. If that was any other character.
Oh my god, no, it wasn't. If that was Edge doing that, it'd be like, haha, yeah.
But Edge
is awesome.
I cheered. That's just what it is.
My point
is that it suits his character in that it was an underhanded tactic. To try and make your opponent look bad, and the reason why.
How does it make him look bad? It's real. It's true. I know
that, and if the situation was different, it wouldn't be bad. You know what I'm. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, if this was an angle, if this was a fake angle, it's amazing, but it's real.
I know. That's where the WWE is botching this whole feud right now. Rollins is saying everything, and it's making Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose look stupid because Dean Ambrose can't he has to try to defend the other face, but it's making him look dumb. Speaking of Dean Ambrose,
I just think Dean Ambrose ignores it. I don't even think he really talks about it too much.
The first couple weeks he acknowledged it, but now he's ignoring it. He came out after the fake interview showed and everything, and he cut a really intense promo that I loved. Just basically saying that, he's the champion and he deserves it, and I can't do it justice what he said. It was like just everything from his choice of words to the expression on his face and the intensity that he delivered what he was saying. It was intense, and I fucking loved it. And I would love to see a one-on-one feud between these two, which we won't because knowing WWE, they're going to give the title back to Roman Reigns at Battlegrounds. Anyways, one good thing that came out of this, another good thing that came out of this promo was that it was announced that there will be a WWE Championship match, so I guess I'm getting my wish, between these two next week on Raw, which kind of means nothing.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I mean, it means something, but it means nothing. They're trying to get more viewership so that they can promote SmackDown Live the next night, which makes sense. And it's going to be a good match. It should be an entertaining match, and hopefully something will happen too that'll kind of be unexpected. But we'll see. It is the go home show for both the last Raw, where the whole company is on it, as well as the last Raw before Battlegrounds. So it should be an interesting week.
Oh,
it should be an interesting week.
Really quick, like you said, like Dean Ambrose, like he's got to like defend the face. Really, that's not how I see it. The way I see it, the reason why Dean kind of looks dumb right now is like he looks like he's the third guy and he's a champion.
I think he fixed that with that promo. I think that promo, dude. I don't know,
though. I did
really
see it. I did see it, but I don't know if it changes that much.
I think it does.
We'll
I mean,
see.
to me it does, and in my eyes it did. But then again, at the same time, I always kind of viewed him as just a member of this feud. I didn't have that issue because I really like Dean Ambrose. He's really cool.
Rollins and Reigns are definitely getting the attention.
Well, that's because it's freaking Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins is just really good.
Well, yeah, sure.
But no, you're right. I lost my train of thought. Anyways,
Dean Ambrose, he talked a lot.
Dean Ambrose, he was good. It was a good promo. If you haven't seen it,
okay, I want to talk about the next thing because the next thing is like the one thing that I was like, oh my god, what are they doing? What are they doing?
Hold on, what depends on what the next thing is because I might have something before the next.
Was it the Wyatts?
No, the Wyatts is not the next thing. The Wyatts isn't for a while. The next thing was the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn thing, where Sami Zayn came out on commentary, and Kevin Owens, being the brilliant man that he is, refused to come out. His music played for like 2 minutes, and he didn't come out. And then it showed him backstage arguing with a referee. The referee is telling him to get to the ring, and Kevin Owens is saying, "I'm not going out there. It's a hostile working environment.
I'm only going until he comes up the ramp so I can meet him there."
Oh no, he said, "I'm not going out there until."
No, I know what he said. I know what he said.
I know. I know what you're saying. Anyways, the refs come out. They ask Sami Zayn to leave, so they force him to leave. And while he's leaving, it cuts to Kevin Owens comes out finally. Yeah. They kind of exchange a couple punches on the stage before they get separated, and Kevin Owens walks to the ring. And then, just before it goes to commercial break, which I thought was a weird commercial break at that time, but it made sense considering how long that segment was. It showed Vince McMahon returning to Raw, arriving, and he's got a announcement to make about SmackDown's commissioner later on.
Who knew?
Yeah, and then it went to commercial. But who knew? I think we are. I think that was the first time they mentioned it, though, on air.
They were gonna. Yeah, they mentioned that's the first time they mentioned what he was gonna do. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they talked about Vince.
They said that
before.
he was gonna show up.
Yes,
but
yes.
They didn't say why. And then so the next match was Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. At one point, Cesaro stole JBL's hat and ran around the ring, around the outside, which was pretty funny. I think after he ran, he gave Owens a European uppercut. Owens won.
Yes,
it was an okay match. Owens went to the commentary table and starts to kind of. He took I think it was Byron's headset and starts talking.
You're seriously going to say it was an okay match? I thought it was pretty good. Whenever you put
good.
Kevin Owens and Cesaro in there.
I think it's because Cesaro and Kevin Owens are such good workers. I just kind of expect a great match.
No,
so
I thought it was pretty good.
It was a Kevin Owens and Cesaro match. It was a great match. There weren't many.
And it ended pretty good. There
weren't
with
many
Sami
bad
Zayn jumping in from the crowd.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Kevin Owens, but I don't know if you remember what he said. He basically started ripping off word for word CM Punk's pipe bomb. He goes that he's the best in the world, that he's the best on this microphone in that ring, and right before he was about to finish the sentence, Sami Zayn jumped out of the crowd and attacked him. It was a good segment, great segment. And then we had a squash match with Heath Slater with the Social Outcast versus Titus O'Neil, who, in my opinion, is the most boring person currently active in the WWE. Of course, he won.
Angry Titus was okay for a little bit. I was okay with it.
I don't care for Titus O'Neil. I really don't. I'm just not invested at all. And then it was the thing that you wanted to get to.
Yeah, okay, please. I'm going to talk about this because, God damn it. Oh, God damn it. When they said, okay, first of all, when they said this last week on Raw.
Potential.
Yeah, but when they first teased this last week on Raw, it's not like, hey, it's going to happen next week. I thought it was going to be like a pay-per-view thing or something where, oh my God, they're going to have a compound match. It's cool.
I didn't think it was going to happen right away.
Mm-hmm. They didn't even tease it on SmackDown last week. It's just like, there you go. It's happening tonight.
Yeah, I thought it would be a couple weeks at least.
So I thought everything was terrible about it. The editing,
it was hard to follow.
It was hard to follow.
Definitely hard to follow. The fighting itself was good.
A lot of cuts that didn't really make sense. It's just like, okay, well, he got hit, and then all of a sudden they're over here and in the cars fighting.
Lot of it.
All right.
The editing was shit, but a lot of
the
fighting
film grain stuff that they put in there was stupid. Oh, everything. Like, look, we went from the Rollins report, which was a stupid, simple edit, which was amazing. It did a job, and then we go to this pile of shit, which also ended very badly. It's just like we're gonna stare at each other. They destroyed the car. Bad. They destroyed the car. There's a bazillion guys that show up. They could have killed them.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure the Wyatts started destroying their own car.
Sure, why not?
At one point.
Why not?
What I did like about it was that you saw, she was wearing a mask, but you did see Sister Abigail
at the very beginning.
At the very beginning, and then she disappeared forever.
Yes.
But the fighting. But other than that, everything else was.
Well, you didn't like Braun Strowman shirtless? It's pretty nice. I mean, it's pretty good.
In a non-sexual way, he should definitely not wear that shirt, just because it makes him look so much more deadly, and he needs that.
Sure.
But from a segment point of view, like this thing, like the way it ended, like what they just got.
I know they just
nothing changed. No one got like when I saw Bray Wyatt pick up Xavier, an unconscious Xavier, I'm like, yes,
drops him.
Yes, that just saved the whole thing. He's gonna kidnap Xavier. Nope, Xavier's back and he's fighting again. Like what? Nothing happened.
And Xavier didn't even really defend himself when that happened. He was just like, just hit me, whatever, it's cool.
So the New Day clearly lost that whole brawl.
Yes,
and they walked away.
They walked away right when everybody showed up.
So why are people so afraid of the Wyatts?
They're fighting three guys the whole time, and then there's fucking a million guys, and they're like, we're gonna leave now. We're just gonna walk. Why are people so afraid of the Wyatts? If you lose to the Wyatts and then nothing happens, what's the point? It's so weird. It was weird. It was super weird.
Just bad, man. It was a missed opportunity because that had the potential to be one of the best storylines.
They were doing so good. They were doing so good until they saw the fucking final deletion, and they were like, "Holy shit, let's fucking rip off this Jeff Hardy bullshit."
Well, I think they were planning it before.
No, they weren't. No, they were not. They were. No way. They were
talking about the compound beforehand.
No,
but
no.
I'm not saying. Regardless, one sliver of hope that they can save this feud is the fact that it is the New Day, and they could sell this somehow next week. So we'll see.
This is possibly the last time that they'll be together too. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe that's why it ended so weirdly. Maybe they've got plans to break
I
up
don't know what's going
one
on.
of the two teams.
They were
but
doing so good, which is so weird.
Yeah. It was bad.
I had low expectations from them at the start, and then they bumped it
It was-
up a little bit, and it was like, oh damn.
It was the one thing I was looking forward to the most of the night, other than the announcement, and it was a flop, which sucks, because the fighting, man. If you ignore the crappy cuts and the crappy edits and everything,
film
it was
grain,
pretty.
ugh.
It was good. It was brutal. It was good, and then the ending was just like, why are they walking?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
why?
and it was super corny, like it needed to be. Like when he picked up
Yeah.
fucking Xavier, and then he just drops him, and it was like, just drops
and then,
him.
yeah, and freaking the axe. He attacked. He assaulted him with a deadly weapon.
Mm-hmm.
It's attempted murder. It was good until the ending. But anyways, that was yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
the ending definitely made it stupid. Oh,
The next
yeah.
the next match was the Club with AJ Styles versus Enzo and Cass.
Was it with was that how it worked?
He was
Oh,
at
okay.
he was at ringside.
Okay, sorry, I got it
Um,
confused with. Okay, I'll talk about it later.
Well, they're fighting, and Enzo and Cass start to lose, and AJ Styles starts to help out the Club, and
Yes.
John Cena shows up. After what happened with the New Day and Wyatts, I was still watching, but I wasn't really like, they kind of lost my attention. I was a little disappointed. So this match kind of is very, very foggy in my mind. I don't really remember it too well. But it was kind of predictable. You kind of knew John Cena was going to show up. So,
Mhm.
I mean,
it's like, oh my god, I can't believe John Cena took a flight. Oh my god.
yeah, I don't know.
Whoa.
I don't know if I like the pairing of Enzo and Cass and John Cena.
That's not gonna last.
I kind of like the whole thing that. Well, no, I kind of like the whole John Cena was outnumbered, and I don't know.
Imagine if this is how they wrap up this fucking thing. Okay, the Club wins. Okay, the Club wins this feud at the next pay-per-view, right? And then Enzo and Cass just fucking kill John Cena after, and then you don't see John Cena for a while because he's gone after that pay-per-view for a while, anyways.
Well, I don't think they're gonna turn Enzo and Cass.
They've been saying, hey, they said we want John Cena's spot just like you do.
Everybody does. They're saying that as superstars. so.
but it could also be there's
Yeah, it wasn't. That wasn't foreshadowing.
I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but I would love to watch that. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be something.
Nah. The next match was Sasha Banks versus Dana Brooks.
Too long.
It went a little long.
Oh
It went
my
a little
god.
long.
Yes.
Again, I was still suffering from the effects of the New Day thing, so I didn't really watch most of this match.
Sure.
But
this is so.
I'm starting to get worried because this spot is very similar to where the women's division was before, where they would just get the second last match of the night, and that was it. Like there was nothing else from the women. This
wasn't even the
night.
second to last match. This was the last match.
Sorry, this was the last. Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're right. Never mind. So maybe
no, the
my
thing-
worries aren't.
The thing is, I feel they need to be doing something more entertaining at 10 p.m. because that's when people stop watching. If you watch
Yeah.
at the ratings, that's when people stop watching. And this was a death fucking nail right there. Who the fuck cares about Dana Brooke? No, fucking nobody
Well, they're
cares.
trying to
And then-
build her, right?
Well,
But
and
this
then-
is not the right time. This is not the right time to be trying
The
to.
match
build
was just
somebody.
too long. It was just too long. That was the problem with it. They did this match again on SmackDown. I think on Raw is 12 minutes or 13 minutes, and there might have been a commercial in there somewhere. And on SmackDown it's 4 minutes. That's all you needed for that match.
Because you're just trying to
boring.
advance the feud. That's all you're trying to do at this
Yes.
point.
And Dana Brooke's not very entertaining. So
Yeah. Well, anyways, to cap the night, Vince McMahon came out. His two kids came out.
his two
and
kids.
they argued for a bit.
The children.
And the children. And then they announced that Shane McMahon will be the commissioner, not the GM, the commissioner of.
Apparently,
Sorry, I
commissioner-
almost said Friday.
Apparently,
I almost said
Commissioner outranks GM.
Apparently. I think it's right under COO and then commissioner and then GM. But
I guess that makes sense because the commissioner of
That
the
does make
league.
sense.
Yeah, all right.
That
yeah,
does make
yes, sure.
so anyways, Shane McMahon will be running SmackDown, and Stephanie McMahon will be running Raw.
I
And
was
the
hoping to see Eric Bischoff last week.
Well, here's
but-
the thing: your prayers might still be
yeah,
answered.
they might still be
because-
answered.
because the commissioners aren't going to be the GMs.
Hmm.
It was leaked via tweet shortly after the night ended, or I think it was the next day actually. Shane McMahon tweeted out that the contract has the contract has been signed for the
Yes,
next GM, and it was like it was a
Monday.
Daniel Bryan thing basically. So Daniel Bryan is expected to be the SmackDown GM.
Oh yeah,
So
why not?
who knows? So who knows? Maybe Eric Bischoff will be the
Well,
Raw GM.
Well, so that's the only way they could go because I don't see him going to SmackDown because Bischoff is more of an entertainment kind of guy, so he would be on the show more and be more of a character, and he has a relationship with Steph more so than he does with
And
Shane.
it's good, and it's good because clearly SmackDown's going to have the face commissioner, and Raw is going to have the heel commissioner. So it would make sense to have a heel GM on Raw and a face.
I don't
GM
really
on
see the
SmackDown.
point of having two authority figures. Maybe
I think
maybe
it's more
Steph
because-
and Shane won't be as visible.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's more because Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon are going to be won't be on TV all the time, and won't be around all the time. It'll be basically it'll be kind of a way to make Vince McMahon himself be actually more important when he does shows up, because that means for Vince McMahon to show up, that would mean things would have to go wrong on a GM level
He's firing
and a commissioner level,
Bischoff
you know?
again.
Or yeah. Well, you know how when if a GM's not doing great at his job, Vince McMahon will come, he'll show up and he'll
Yes.
make an announcement. Well, now if a GM's not doing good at their job, the commissioner will show up and he'll talk. And then if the commissioner's not doing a great job, then you'll see Vince McMahon. I think that's what they're trying
Unless
to
you
make
have
it
an
so that-
anonymous GM, then
yeah. Well, they're trying to make it so that I think that Vince just has less work to do or less TV time, because he's there every show. He's
Well,
in
yeah,
good-
no, he's gonna. That I'm kind of scared with SmackDown because if you listen to the commentary on SmackDown, it's a bazillion times better than Raw. And everybody might blame Michael Cole, but Michael Cole just gets fucking shit shoved in his ear
Michael
all the
Cole,
time.
I used to be a Michael Cole hater, and I still don't like the character, but Michael Cole, the person, he is great.
Well,
he
listen-
knows what he's doing, and I've seen some footage, and I've heard some audio of like not behind the scenes stuff, but like leaked audio of him arguing with Vince McMahon because Vince McMahon is trying to tell him to say something that, and you can hear Michael Cole go, "I've said that a million times. Do you really want me to say it again?" And then like after he snapped, you can hear him apologizing to Vince, going, "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I'll say it how I want it, sir." Like,
Yeah, 'cause
so I think
if
a lot
you
of
li-
a lot
even-
of the annoying things that Michael Cole says is all given.
Well,
to
that's
him
what
to
I'm saying.
say.
If you look at the show in Toronto, Roadblock, and then the one before that was in New York. Anyways, whichever the ones that are network exclusive shows, even JBL is fucking better.
No, he's not.
No, JBL is
No.
better when it's not.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
No, he's terrible. I don't like him. I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, no, just go back and watch Roadblock.
terrible
Just go
commentator, man.
back and watch Roadblock. He's fine.
Dude, one event is not going to change my mind.
Oh no, I'm not saying that it will change your mind. I'm saying that those guys get really stupid when Vince is there, and that's what I'm scared that might happen on SmackDown with King and
You don't
Morrow.
think Vince was at Roadblock?
No, not fucking telling them what to say in the no.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Oh yeah. He
No,
was.
not at the fucking not at the
Televised
network
event,
exclusive. No, not that was not a televised event. It was a network,
network exclusive.
exclusive.
He was
Yes,
there.
he's not there. He's not there. He's not there. He's not there. How much do you want to bet he wasn't there? I know he wasn't there.
How do you know?
Dave Meltzer.
Oh fuck, Dave Meltzer. Nah, Dave Meltzer's all right.
Yeah, no, he wasn't there. Like, he's not there for the house shows. That was a
No, I
house
know
show.
he's
That
not
is a
there.
glorified
Well,
house
it's a
show.
glorified house show, but yeah, okay, I guess you're right. But anyways,
Yeah.
I still don't like JBL. That's my point. That's the point I'm finishing.
Oh no!
on.
Hey, I am not a fan of JBL, but he gets really on Raw where he stands up and he's like, "Yeah." Who did he do that to? It was one of the GMs.
Just the
It's
stupid things.
Stupid.
He said.
It's- I hate JBL. Yes. I don't.
I love him, Michael.
Yeah. No. I don't. Yeah.
He
I don't.
says-
I'm not a big fan
Oh,
of JBL.
something I wanted to say. During the Battle Royal, he got Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil mixed up, and Titus O'Neil wasn't even out there. He's just racist. I don't like him.
Maybe that was Vince.
No, it was definitely JBL because he corrected
Sure.
himself after. Anyways,
Okay, that
so
was
yeah,
Raw. That was Raw.
Raw. I didn't watch SmackDown
I'll go
again.
through it real quick. Sasha Banks defeated Dana Brooke. I talked about that submission. She just did her thingy where she rolls her and then does the choke thing with the leg. I don't even remember. What's that move called? The bank statement?
Bank statement.
Yes,
the bank
yes.
statement. Love it.
Dolph Ziggler defeated Rusev, dude. What are they doing with the booking? What's going on with the booking at fucking...
You know
Oh
what they're
my
gonna do?
god.
They're gonna make Battlegrounds like a fatal 4-way for the U.S. title.
Well, so Dolph won because Ziggler was there, and Rusev was kind of pissed off the whole time. So that's kind of why he won. But still, like, what is... Dolph goes from going like, yeah, I lost on
Booking's
the phone, and
been
then he's
pretty
beating
good,
a
except
fucking
for the US
champion. He's being
Yeah.
a champion. Why? Okay, AJ Styles teamed up with Carl Anderson
Ooh.
to defeat Enzo and Cass. The
Where's Luke
interesting,
Gallows?
he was there off to the side, cheering.
Weird.
He was the
That's
cheerleader
weird.
in this one. I thought this match was interesting because Cass. Sorry, no. Wait. Okay, wait. Enzo's the small guy, right? And Cass is the big guy,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So Enzo was pretty much in the ring the whole time, getting destroyed. That's pretty much match. No, because I'm reading the results and it's wrong. So I just want to make sure that I got
Oh,
it right.
what's wrong with it? What's wrong about
It says Cass. It should have said Enzo. But no, Enzo is the big dude. Cass is the
No,
small
it's not.
dude.
No, it's not. Enzo Amore is.
Okay,
the
yeah.
small
So there
dude.
you go. So this is wrong. There we go. No, so Enzo was in the ring the whole fight, the whole match, getting destroyed. That was the match. Fucking Enzo
How
got
do you get
killed.
them confused, dude?
I-
Do you
'cause-
even
'cause-
watch wrestling?
Because I'm reading. It says Styles gets Cass to submit to his calf crusher, and that's not
Dude,
what happened.
his
Styles
name is
got
Enzo Amore.
Styles got Enzo to submit to his calf crusher. This site is wrong. God.
He's a bona fide stud and a certified G.
Anyways, yeah. So he got destroyed. The whole match was pretty good. It was
you
different.
can't
It was
teach that.
different. It was different. It's cool. And then Zack Ryder defeated Alberto Del Rio. That
And
was
the
a-
big guy,
That was a thing.
his name's Big Cass, and he's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. Sorry. Continue.
Tyler Breeze. See, this is wrong. It says Tyler Breeze defeated Kalisto. That Kalisto defeated Tyler Breeze. I watched SmackDown.
Maybe it's defeated by. Send me a link to
no,
what you're looking at. Link me to what you're looking
It's
at.
wrong.
Link
all
me to
this
what you're
stuff is
looking at.
wrong. All this stuff is wrong. But
Yep.
no. So yeah, no. Kalisto avenged the pin from Raw.
It's the week SmackDown
It
results.
says we get a rare super kick sighting as a finisher. Did I watch the wrong show?
Dude, it
the
says
fuck happened?
Styles gets Cass to submit to the calf crusher.
I know, but that's not what happened. Enzo was in the ring the whole time, and then this is saying Tyler Breeze defeated Kalisto. That's not what happened. Kalisto won. I watched SmackDown. I saw it happen. This doesn't make any sense. So, okay, I'm just gonna avoid. I'm just gonna not even look at the results and just read the matches. Dean Ambrose against Kevin Owens.
Why don't you just go to the actual website? Oh, because it's live. That's
yeah, because
why.
because it's happening right now.
Well, we won't have that issue next week.
No, we will not. So Dean Ambrose beat Kevin Owens. It's a good match, but Sami Zayn was also involved. So, and then that happened, and then Shane McMahon came out and he's like, "Oh yeah, you like to interfere in each other's matches?" And then he made a 4-way because that's how it goes. So, Rollins and Owens teamed up to go against Ambrose and Zayn. Because then Rollins also came out to beat up on Dean after. Anyways, so there you go. That happened. Ambrose pinned. Rollins pinned. What happened? I don't even remember. It was a fuck. You know what happened? I fell asleep. That's why I don't remember this match. I fell asleep after Shane McMahon came out. Yeah, it's pretty late.
funny.
It's pretty late. Yep, there you go. All right,
So that was SmackDown.
that was SmackDown.
All right, I'm trying to find spoiler-free CWC results for just the first episode, and I can't find it.
Oh yeah, I had that queued up last night after SmackDown, but then I fell
It's-
asleep, so I didn't watch it.
It's tough to because I'm all the spoilers are for the whole tournament, and I don't want that.
Well, so here,
Let me see. Hold on, I think I got it.
before you go on, real quick. Last night was insane because last night there was
Last night was good.
there
It
was
was a good night to be.
Oh yeah,
wrestling.
but there's UFC last night. There's Lucha Underground Dos. Sorry, Ultima Lucha Dos from Ultima Lucha or Lucha Underground. So yeah, so SmackDown, NXT, Lucha, CWC, UFC, America's Got Talent, Big Brother. There was other things on last night. There was a lot of shit on last night, and I could not watch it all. I was pissed.
All right, I got the results. So I have the network, so whatever. So we'll talk about NXT first.
Yeah, you have the network, but there's still stuff that plays all night. God.
Yeah, I know it's true. Anyways, the NXT only had 2 segments in the hour that it ran. Samoa Joe came out, cut a promo saying that he felt insulted about the Nakamura and Finn Balor match, saying that he was being ignored and he's the champion, and these guys can't just assume that after this match the winner is going to get a title shot or whatever. And then he was confronted by Rhino, which I thought was kind of random. But so that sets up a match for next week where Samoa Joe will
Spear
face
versus
Rhino. You mean the Gore?
Gore
The Gore,
versus. Does Joe have a spear?
No, I don't think so. Did he? I don't think he does.
I don't know.
And then it was a event that I've been looking forward to for ever since it was announced. It was the Cruiserweight Classic. The only thing I'm worried about this tournament is that it's heavily nation focused, which means an American's probably going to win. Which,
Florida's
unless,
not really the U.S., so it's all good.
That's true.
It's all good.
So we started off with, man, I'm going to have to try to pronounce these names. Gran Metalik, a Mexican, defeating a Chileno, which is really weird.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to mute you because I didn't watch any of this.
Oh. I'll just say what the matches were then,
Okay, sure.
so I don't spoil you.
Well, the thing is, I still have to watch the weigh-ins just so I know who everybody is.
There wasn't a weigh-in. They just kind of...
Well, yeah, it was a
Really?
show. It was they did weigh in.
They just introduced people. It took like
Yeah,
5
but they
minutes.
weighed in.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Anyway, so this episode, each episode is going to consist of 4 matches. Each match is a 20-minute time limit, and it's for one fall. Dude, these were entertaining matches. Like, I don't know who any of these guys are except for one, and I'll get to that in a second. And they put on a good show. I thought they put on a great show. So, anyways, the first match was Gran Metalik versus Alejandro Saez. The interesting thing about that match is that Alejandro is from Chile, which not many wrestlers from Chile, so that was cool. And my stepfamily's Chileno, so that was kind of cool for me. Ho Ho Lun faced off against a former WWE superstar's brother, an Arya Davari. I don't know if you remember Davari.
Of course.
So yeah, I think his younger brother is in this, and
He was friends with the terrorists. Come on.
not actually, but
Come on, they brought out the guys with the mask. That guy had so much potential
yeah,
So
and then
weird.
he got screwed up with in stupid.
with the Undertaker storyline. That was not his fault. Sad. Anyways, yep.
And then our first American of the night, Cedric Alexander, faced off against a French Clement Petois. You can probably say that name better since you're more French than I am, but whatever.
If I could see it, then maybe.
And then a Samoan, Sean Maluda, who has obviously, as like every other Samoan in the industry, has ties to The Rock and Roman Reigns and the Usos, and he faced off against Japanese sensation Kota Ibushi, which is the name that I do recognize on this card. And all 4 of these matches were great. If you haven't watched CWC yet, I know it just aired officially last night. If you haven't watched it, watch it immediately after this, because it is just great wrestling, great cruiserweight wrestling. And I won't spoil anything. That's all I'll say. But it was good. Also, Daniel Bryan on commentary, fantastic. So
Oh,
much
yeah.
energy, that guy. So
Of
much
course.
energy.
And that's another case where
him and Ronaldo
Vince,
are
dude,
just like amazing.
that's another perfect case where Vince is not in their fucking ears, and they're just being themselves.
Well, I think a lot of it also has to do with the people that, like Daniel Bryan.
Oh well, yeah, and Moro is
Moro
yeah.
Ranallo is probably the best since JR.
Yes.
So
Even,
probably better than JR.
I'm trying to remember Lucha Underground. There's an MMA announcer. He's British. I wish I remembered his name, but it was his first time ever announcing wrestling, and he did an amazing job. Once you get past his accent, but once you get past his accent, you're like, hey, fucking, this guy's amazing. And
Well, it helps that Ronaldo has experience commentating other sports.
yes.
So,
Well, and he has a lot of experience doing wrestling too. So
yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying it. You learn a lot by
Yes.
just commentating
Oh.
a bunch of stuff.
so we're gonna go soon.
We are.
Yeah, and before we do, did you see this little Nintendo? Did you see that thing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that real?
It is real. It's being released by Nintendo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna cost. I think it's $60, and there's 30 games on it.
I'm down.
And the two slots that you plug the controllers in, they're actual slots that are like on the Wiimotes. So you can also use those NES controllers that are gonna
Oh,
come
that's
with that
cool.
thing on the Wii and
That's
the Wii U.
cool.
Yeah, as classic controllers.
How come we didn't talk about this in the beginning of the show?
Because I just realized it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want it though. I think it's a little expensive, and like the controllers are wired like. It looks cool, but I'm never gonna buy that thing. And I don't know, man. I played Super Mario quite a bit in my life. I don't
I
need
wouldn't
to
mind
buy
playing
it.
it again.
I don't need to buy a whole nother system to play
It's
that.
been a while for me. It's only $60, man.
Play it on your computer right now.
It's like the price of one game.
Play it
Not
on your
even.
computer right now.
Yeah, I
And then you want to play with a wired controller? What is it? Come on.
Yeah, man. Why not?
It's a good idea. I like the idea. If it was, even if it was $100 and it was an online enabled system where you could buy games, because this is just you get the 30 games on it and that's it. It's
What are is there a list of the 30 games yet?
there's like a Mega Man 2. There's the 3 Mario Bros. I want to say. There's Donkey Kong. There's Metroid. There's Pac-Man. There's Zelda. There's Kirby's Adventure. There's
Here we go.
Balloon Fight. There's Bubble
Here's the complete
Bobble.
list.
I'm
I'm gonna go
looking.
through it.
I'm going
Oh,
through
you're
it. I
looking at
am
it.
going through it.
Not bad.
The
thought you were
Balloon
guessing.
Fight. No, I was saying the ones that I said that I knew first, and then I was going to.
Oh.
Anyway, Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania 1 and 2, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2. That's the Double Dragon you go with. Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Final Fantasy, Galaga.
The original, the first Final
Well,
Fantasy.
yeah,
That's cool.
which other one would you go with?
I don't know.
Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Mario Bros. Oh, hey, that's the original Mario Bros. with
Yeah.
the pipes.
Oh.
Mega Man 2, Metroid, I already said, Ninja Gaiden. Hey, Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream. So not the Mike Tyson one. Star Tropics is a cool RPG if you want an RPG. Super C. I don't know why they didn't put Contra the original, but yeah, put Super C in there. Why not? Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3. Said that already.
That's
Tecmo
cool.
Bowl, and then Zelda 2. I didn't say 2.
And
but
Legend of Zelda. Oh,
yes,
okay.
I said Zelda. Yeah,
Dude,
2.
just for Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros, Final Fantasy.
I like the box it
alone,
comes in.
Just because, admittedly, I hate to admit this because I'm a huge Zelda fan. I haven't played the original Zelda.
Oh my god, what's your
I know.
problem?
I know. And Super Mario Bros is probably one of my favorite
You've
games.
Dude, you have stuff with emulators on it. What are you doing?
It's just easy.
What are you doing?
It's just the easy way.
But yeah,
to
no,
do
I
it.
like the packaging on it. I still have my NES box, and
And
it looks
also-
exactly the same. It's pretty cool.
Also, it's got a lot to do with the fact that it looks like a Nintendo, and yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, oh man, I don't have my Nintendo here. I need to go get it. I'm just gonna go get my Nintendo and put it on the fucking shelf right here. Why not put it on display? It's just in the
Yeah.
box right now. Fuck.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do.
I got my N64 out. I don't use it, but I got it out.
No, it's not gonna be plugged in. It's just gonna be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's decoration now.
Yeah,
It's a
that's what it's
treasure.
gonna be. All right,
N64
anyways,
is one of my prized possessions. Love that system.
that's like the one of the worst.
No, it's not. It was better than GameCube.
One of the worst.
It was better than GameCube. I did not like the GameCube.
I don't know if it was the GameCube was better, like spec wise. If you want to argue there was better games on the 64, sure.
Yeah.
No, but
we're
even
not
at the
talking
time, even at the time, like the
Obviously,
GameCube
it's gonna
had
be
some
better
cool.
spec-wise. It's a newer console.
The GameCube had some cool technology in there. It's not like the GameCube. You didn't look at the GameCube and go, "Oh well,
Yeah, but I'm
this is
looking
like
at
a
the whole thing as a
generation
whole.
behind from the PS2." No, the GameCube was cool.
No, but I'm looking at the whole thing as a whole.
When you
and I
looked
just-
at the dude, when I looked at the 64 next to the PS1, I was just like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh, dude, we're arguing preference right now.
No, it's not preference.
Yeah,
The
it is
PS1's
preference.
just better. You can
When
do
we talked
stuff.
about PS1,
It's-
I was talking about the N64 and GameCube.
Yeah, but okay, but now I'm comparing the PS1 to the N64. You know, the two logical things to compare.
Why? Because I wasn't comparing the GameCube to the freaking PS2.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying that the 64 is the worst system, and the reason it's the worst system is because there's better systems.
That's not how you do it. Anyways,
64 is pretty shitty.
anyways,
There's like one good game on it, and it came out the day the system came out. Anyways, let's just end it.
yep, I'm down. It's been a good show.
Okay. I really had to go pee this whole time as well, so it's a good thing we're wrapping it up. That usually doesn't happen. That's the first time in a long time that I've had to pee during a show.
Well, you should have went before the
I
show
did.
started.
I did.
I don't
But then I
believe you.
drank water.
Oh, there you go. I've been drinking water this whole time.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you drink.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Well,
All right.
do you want to do an after show or no?
All
No, I'm hanging up on you right now. Right
right,
now.
Peace.
All right. See ya.